Hello, is it audible to everyone? What under?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, good. Fine. So, we want to enter the course. We want to learn the tools like related to data analysis and data engineering and data mine. So first, we should understand what sort of tools, like especially as a syllabus purpose. So we have to know some Excel formulas, in Excel related or advanced Excel, and we will go ahead with VBA. So VBA macros. So that is also one important factor. And statistical skills backend we need. We have to understand descriptive inferential and what sort of descriptive inferential we can do it. So statistics is not, of course, it is a academical field, but we should able to understand this statistics can use in multiple tools. Now you can take Excel, you can take Python, you can take Power BI, Tableau, SQL. So everything we can use, this kind of sort of skill. So those are we will discuss because right now just a demo happened on a Python. We'll just start with Python and we'll go ahead with one by one. We'll make sure to understand. So since these are totally 8 kind of tools, so I'll just share the screen. Let me know you can able to see the screen, all of you. Everybody, it's visible, right?
Yes.
It's visible.
Visible, right? Okay, good. So let's first try to understand one language called Python. Okay, so what is Python and what sort of things it can do it? I'll just go ahead with the simple direct hands-on because of lot of tools. We'll just we'll make sure to understand. So Python is, we can call it as a data analysis, data science, and a machine learning tool. And Python is also used for multiple purpose, not only data science, like we can use it for web development, we can use it for software testing, but that's keeping apart the main tool main technology we have to learn, data analysis, data science, data engineering, and overall artificial intelligence combined, we can call it. So this is called distribution after installation, but I'll tell you during demo, not I'm going into installation, not I'm going into all the tools, environment setup, but in the during session, I'll explain what sort of tools and portals we have to install step-by-step process. So this is a distribution called Anaconda distribution. Here we have multiple tools are there. Jupyter notebooks are there, Spider is there. I'll just go ahead with just a simple Spider. So Jupyter notebooks are also similar. Like we have to go for documentation, we have to go for some kind of presentation in a way, like explain to the non-programmer also, this is fine. But let's go ahead with the Spider coding part, and we'll make sure to understand what sort of skills we should be able to learn in a Python. And slowly we'll move ahead with SQL, and we'll move ahead with Excel and some kind of formulas. And we will try to understand business intelligence tools like Tableau and Power BI. So those are, sorry, anybody here, right? Okay. So this is what tool like we have to learn first. I'll just go ahead with simple console and just go ahead this one. Okay. So first we will try to understand simple some basic fundamentals. Okay. So basic fundamentals in the sense like what is the list? Okay. So what is print? Let's go ahead with a simple print statement. So print is nothing but you want to send some message to print out. Okay, this is what simple print. And operators also there. So additional operators, like we know it, like addition, we can use plus, and for deduction, we can use minus. For multiplication, we can use for multiplication star. We can use the divide for this one. And so like that, we have plenty of, operators also there. So we will go ahead with those operators and we will make sure to understand. For example, 34 double equal 34 or not. So it will give true or false, or not equal to go ahead. So not equal to, it's giving false. These are operators. Okay. So after these operators, we will move ahead with some understanding of the list. Okay. So what is list? List is nothing but list of values. So list of values, maybe let's take it in a real level data like this. Ages, I'm going into ages of people, right? So 45 is there, and 67 is there, and 23 is there, and some 10 age is there, and 17 age is there, and something like 89, or it might be 8 duplicates also. Let's take it 23 again, and let's take it into something like 90. Okay. So these are the ages of people. This is what list. How do we know list? List is created using square bracket notation, separated by each value with comma. Okay, so that's first thing we should understand. One is square bracket, open and close, and comma separation of each value. And okay, this is the ages, but Python can able to tell is this list? The answer is yes. So type is a function. Just give it your object name. This is called object. So in Python, everything is called object. So this object, I'm just asking, can you give me a type of the object which I stored, which I gave it? So now it will give list. Okay. So this list will give us a kind of, ages. So if I ask class of ages, so nothing but it's giving, not giving syntax, because R language. So if but R language is not going to cover, but you can say in that way. So it will give a type of the class also. Okay. So methods also there, and so many things also there in the list. Okay. So now, okay, we understand list, but what sort of skills, methods we have? So just press tab and press tab in Windows. So these are plenty of methods. Each method is applied a certain kind of rules. For example, append. So append will add extra value at the last. Okay, at the last means what? For example, ages is there. So 90% is the last person whose age is 90. But if you want to add one more age at the last after 90, then append is better. Okay, so just to go over append and just to give it append a function, and you can give it some sort of age. Now just print again age, or you can print age early. For example, this is step-by-step process. So sorry, ages, and just comma and control enter. So control enter space. So now we are printing first ages, then we are updating. So here we are just updating with extra age at last person. Let's say last person. So now we got ages. So first print will give us only till 90. Next print will give us extra 34. So now we can see. So 34 is added. Okay, we just early executed. So that's where we are getting that kind of stuff. Let's remove it ages. I just removed ages. So when I ask ages, you won't get it. Okay? Because it's deleted. So now just to go ahead with the previous command, this one, ages. Okay. Now just to go ahead with this statement. Okay. Now we are printing 2. Okay. So early we have done same, but some error is there now. So append is done already. in the syntax next statement. So now we can see this is the first list which we are getting only till 90, and here we are getting extra age, a person who is 34. So that is taken by append. Okay, this kind of append method will gives us extra person age. Okay, so that's what we understand. So like that, what sort of things are there for this thing? So we can go to edges clear. It will clear all the elements. It will make empty list. Copy. It will copy to another another list, and you can count how many people, certain persons are there. For example, let's take it 23. 23 repeated 2 times. Can you able to count how many people are having 23 age? Now it will give 2 because 2 people are there. Now we can ask who are the people 45. Okay, only one person is there. You are not getting. And if you ask some other person who are not having, let's say for example 36 is not there. Can you count 36? So the answer is 0. So it's giving even count of people who are having that particular age. Okay. So this is better to count to know it. So like that, you can go ahead with the multiple tools like extend is there. Append is extend is similar, but extend is more values. Append is only single value, like at the last. Okay. Extend is better for multiple list. Like let's you have one more ages is there, which have 4. They can extend these ages to more values. Index. So index will gives us first matched index value. Okay. I'll print again. So these are the ages, but can you ask me for index of certain position? For example, let's take it 45. So 45 is started at the index of 0. So this index is 0, and this index is 1, and this index is 2, and goes on like this. So now if I ask 45, you can see 45 is 0. And if I go ahead with the 67, it will give 1 and goes on like that incrementally. Okay. And is that ages only positive? The answer is no. We will get even negative. For example, ages you can ask, and you will give -1. This -1 will give us a last value. So which is there here, is 34. Okay. So ages of minus will be 34. What is this and what is this? This you are asking a particular value position. This here we are giving position, and we are asking value back. So this value back you will get. Here it will take up value, and it will give a position of that value. Okay, at particular position that value is presented, that position will be provided. So now if you execute a ages -1, you will get a 34. Okay, because -2, let's take it a -2. So -2 it will provide 90, because -1 is 34 and -2 is the 90. Okay. So negative indexing is like from the last -1, -2, -3 come reverse, in the sense like forward. Okay, backward, sorry, -1, -2 like that goes on. And let's take it even more better. For example, ages are there, how many people are there? So there is length is length command. So it will provide how many people ages we have. So it will give 9 people are there. Okay. So this is very simple list. And other than list, we have dictionaries also there, and we have tuple is also there, and we have sets also there. Okay. Tuple is what? Tuple is like not editable content. Okay, so we can't edit. For example, here you added new value, but tuple is not kind of stuff. Okay, once you created, there is no question of edition, so not able to modify. So that is what tuple. It's better for fixed data. And dictionary is nothing but key value pairs. So there is a key and there is a value. So in that way it will goes on. Sets are better for before whatever we learned sets related to in elementary education. Okay, set A is there, some fruits are there. Set B is there, some vegetables are there. But certain fruits also, certain vegetables. Okay. For example, carrot is there, or some things are there. So we can eat it separately as a fruit, and we can cook it as a some kind of thing. Okay. So that in that way, sets are bit. Well, let's take it on another approach. So batch A is there, batch B is there. Who are the persons related to batch A and batch B, or who are persons who are in batch B but not batch A? So in that situation, in that real life situation, then sets are better. Right? Tuple is better for fixed data. Okay. For example, Aadhaar number is there. That's fixed. We know every person has unique Aadhaar number in India. So that in that sector, tuple is better. And dictionary is there. Dictionary is better for key value pairs. Okay. For example, names are also there, ages also there. In that sector, dictionaries are better. But each has its own methods. Each has its own kind of approach. Each has its own purpose. So that's way we can understand. Hope you understand. Any questions? Let me know. Till here, just basics. Following everyone?
Yes.
Hello? So voice is audible, right?
Yeah.
Good enough. Okay.
Yep.
And I'll ask even questions. Don't worry. But right now, just because of my early demo, so it would be some dealing. But we'll go ahead with just 45 minutes to 1 hour more, and we'll make sure to understand all the sort of things. Okay. So this is what simple in list. I will conclude with Python early. So like that, we will we're going forward. Like loops also there. Let's say range is there. What is range? Range is nothing but a group of values. For example, range of 10 is there. Okay. So list of range of 10. What it's happened? It will give all the numbers till 10. Okay. So it will give 0 to 9. 10 is nothing but till 10, not include 10. So till 10 is different, include 10 is different. So every index, every started Python is 0. Okay. But if you compare with our language, it started with 1. But let's take it Python first priority. So Python is the topmost language you have to learn. So this is what range. It will give you a lot of values of this one. And not only this one, you can just go ahead with the 10 to something like 50. Now it will started with 10 and it will go ahead with the 50. Now you can see we are getting a 49 till. Okay. And let's make sure to understand, let's at least 30 or 40 to fix up stuff, or 30. Okay. Now you can see we are getting 30 till 29 we are getting. Okay. And not only this one, you can also avoid some values. For example, if I give 2, what happened here? So it will avoid whatever middle value. It will go to second value. But 10 first value and 11 is omitted, and it will go to 12. 12 is okay, 13 omitted, 40, and goes on. And if you give 3, what happened? It will go to third value. Next value omitted, after next value omitted, then it will go to third value. So 10 is okay, 11, 12 omitted, and 13 we got it. Okay. So this is a kind of thing. And not only this one, we have plenty of mathematical libraries also there, and so many things like packages also there. So I'll just go to package, and for example, import sample. Okay. This is sample data we are getting. This is called package. So we are importing, and this sample data, I'm taking a sample of some range. So range of something like 100, and I want to give it a random sample. Okay. Or random. Okay. Let's give it in that way. Now random is there. So go to random and just press and tab, and you will get so many values here. Okay. So rand range is there, and random is also there, and just to give it a sample value. Okay. What this sample can do it, just to click on this one, what is parenthesis. So for every function has parenthesis. Now what it is giving? Give it some population, okay, and you can ask any couple of values on that overall population with comma separated, okay. So give it some population like range of some values, and you can ask some values. Now what happened here? Let's take it into a lot of values. Let's say range of 100. We know it already. Range of 100 is nothing but 0 to 99. Okay. And I'll just asking, can you give me 6 values, such values? Now it will provide 6 values as a list. Okay. So these are the 6 values which are. If you run second time, you won't get 8. It might not get 82. Maybe you will might get randomly another number. So you can see 26 we got early first. Now we got 1, 28. So like that, a random sample. Okay. Now let's take it into similar way approach, and let's take it into loops like for I in this value. This is a total, but I want to get it into something like a print I. Now each value will be getting into that value, and it will print it. Okay. Each value will be one by one approach, you will get it. Now you can see one by one value we got it. So 83 we got it, 44 we got it, and 25. These are new random values from the overall sample of 0 to 99. And this is the value we are getting. Okay. And we have also conditions also there. For example, okay, print something like a value, and just press Control Enter, and you can ask any condition. If I, so double equal to or not equal to or something double equal to 0. Okay. Can you print it? Okay. These are condition. Not only we are giving loop, but we are moving a condition based. Okay. So this condition will explain like what sort of skills we do have in 0 or not. Okay. Or for okay. Let's make it into control and sorry. Not we got it. Okay. So because we are getting into that value, but we are not getting because the random values, because you are not getting that values. Okay. Or you can take in this way. If age, let's make it in this way to make sure to understand. So age of the person is equal to something like 34. If age double equal to 34, okay, and you can print something like this. So he is eligible for vote or something. Okay. What happened here? The age is there. We stored it as a 34, but we are just asking if age is greater than or equal to, in that way, we'll make it greater than or equal to 80. Because these persons can eligible for vote. Now I'm just asking. So you can give me that value if that age is greater than equal to. So now we are getting it. Let's take it into 14. So now we won't get eligible for vote because he is less than. So you won't get nothing. Okay. But nothing is one approach and something is also you can get it. For example, if that is false, this is just true or false. So if false, can you make it like this way? Else. So else is an approach and colon is another approach, and just print it not eligible for vote. Let's say not. So here what happened? If that is false, now you are getting extra opposite statement called not eligible for vote. Okay? So this is what conditional based statements. So looping is nothing but we are looping. We are going into different approach, and we are going into some sort of skills related to even that approach. Okay. So that is one thing, and we have to know it first early, and then we will go ahead with the understanding not only simple this way. So we will make sure to understand some kind of things like taking the data and doing some kind of tuples. Just tuples. I'll just go to tuple. So tuple, let's take it into something like, let's take it other number. Of course, we don't have all other numbers. Let's take it into some tuple. So tuple is created with parentheses, not square bracket. Let's say some numbers. This is one other number. This is one other number. Something like this is one other number. Everything is unique. Okay. Now this is one other number. Let's keep this. Now this is what tuple. How to know tuple? Just ask a type and just give it that object name, and it will provide tuple. So this tuple has only two methods. You don't have plenty of methods, which you have only two methods. So go to this one and ask two methods. So one is indexing, another one is count. So index. So let's go ahead and index and ask just for example index of this one. Can you give me the location of this one? Obviously this is 0, this is 1, and this is 2. You'll get a 2. Okay. So count. So count is unique. Okay. If it is repeated, it will give that value. Now it will give only one time. Okay. Then you might ask, or somebody made question. For example, Aadhaar number is there, sir. Can add append to add a last value? Yes, you can try it, but you will get an error. Okay, because tuple object has no attribute like append. Okay, so there is no question of adding a particular value, because once fixed, that's okay. We can use it. Otherwise, not. These are tuple, and sets also there. So, for example, fruits also there. Let's take it into some. How to create set appearances? Okay, let's take it as some value like this one. Some fruits we can take it. Let's take it into something fruits. Let's say banana, apple, and carrot or something. Okay. So these are the fruits. Okay. Now vegetables you can take. Same set. Okay. So you can take vegetables, anything like tomato and something like anything you can take. Let's take it into one value. Otherwise, for being, so carrot is also there. Okay. Now these are the two values. Okay. But you want to know what sort of fruits has, just a dot notation, and you can see plenty of methods. Union is there, so union will add some value. Symmetric difference is there, and something like difference also there. Intersection is there, and each subset is also there, and these are plenty of values we have. Okay, so what is the intersection? Just give it intersection and provide this one. So it will return the intersection of two sets as a new set. Okay. The elements which are in both sets. Okay, let's take it into vegetables. Now we got only carrot because it's available in the both. Okay. So it is available only in both. So that we are getting. That is what sets related. Okay. So like that we can understand sets, and we understand loops, and we understand list comprehensions also. So same list comprehensions also you can ask list comprehension. For example, I is there for I in a range of something like 10. Okay. So same value you are getting a list. Now we can see. Earlier what we have been written, list of range of 10. The same thing you can do it by printing. Okay. So for example, let's take it in this approach. This one, for loop is there now. This one. So this one will make it into in this approach. Okay. So that is also you can do it. You can create a plenty of values. Not only this one, you can take it even further. Okay. Not only range, you can take a random sample, and you can do it some mathematical operations. Like we have math is there. But can you give me math.py? So pi we know 22/7. That's a fixed data. So this is called attribute, not a function. So for functions, we will use parentheses, but attributes, we can just directly give it whatever the available value. So now it will give 22/7, 3.14. Okay. So this is what pi, it's giving, its values. So like that, we have plenty of methods also there. These are all mathematical related. Okay. So you can get tan value, you can get square root of something. So square root, let's say you want to find out square root of something. So let's say I want to know square root of 81. We know it. Okay. So 81 we got 90, but we don't know what is the square root of this value. But Python can provide you square root of that value. Okay. So that is what we understand, like various kind of functions, various kind of conditional statements, various kind of functions also. We can create user-defined functions also there, and like that we'll move ahead and we'll make sure to understand, and then we'll go ahead with the simple way, like not only like Excel, sorry, and you can go ahead with the SQL. Okay. So what SQL provides? SQL provides something like values related to not visualizations. So here in Python, not only we go for the data analysis, we can go ahead with the data visualization as well. Okay, and just go ahead with some historical data, or we just go ahead with the early demo. Graphical representation also you can do it plenty. For example, here I am looking graphically. So not only normal way of looking the value, but graphically I want to look at for the live data. For example, this is flowers related, not flowers related, iris flowers. But I just want to go ahead with some kind of visually looking. So what I'm giving here, one is histogram, another one is box plot, another one is scatter plot. So histogram will give us a distribution. This will give us distribution of values. Okay, of only this one column. One column is called sepal length. This value, and this box plot will provide a statistical data, statistical describing data. Okay, we are getting quartiles, we are getting minimum, lowest, and highest, and this scatter plot will provide relationship between what? These two, sepal length and sepal width. Now I'll just execute plot.show. You'll get a graphical representation. Now you can see we are getting a graphically various kind of visualizations, and this one is what histogram. So through the histogram, I can understand what is the highest value nearby h. So it might be something like 7.9 or 8.9. So like that we can understand. And this is box plot. Each value will be given just. For example, you can take petal width, and I'll tell one example so that we might understand. So this petal length, this is the highest nearby to. Okay, but it's not at all near to lowest of sepal length. For example, this is sepal length. So this lowest value is almost to 4 nearby, 4.2, 4.3 or something. And this highest value is something like 2.5 or something. Okay, 2.5 or something. So this, whatever this petal width is there, one column, this largest, this highest maximum value is even not equal to lowest value of this one. Okay, how to know it? Okay, so I'll just give it a similar approach. So the data frame is iris. Now I'll just give it into square bracket. Okay, square bracket, and I'll just go ahead with the simple petal dot width. Okay, so width dot min, I'll just ask, and at the same time, same copy, paste it here, and here I'll just sepal length, sepal, and here I'll just give it a length, okay, length, and here I just want to ask min, here I just want to go to max. Okay, what I'm doing here in a simple approach, so I'm looking into this last value, this last value, and I am looking into this lowest value, Now you can see it's giving nearby 4. So this lowest value will provide nearby 4, okay, nearby 4 value, and this maximum value will provide nearby 2. How I understand, how I got it, or how you got it? Because of graphically, okay. So now we can see we are getting this value nearby 2, this value we are getting nearby 2, and this value we are getting nearby 4. Let's print it both. If you want to print it one by one is also fine, but you can give double print. So now we can see 2.5. Okay? Now we can see this value, minimum value, again 4.3. Okay. Now what I understand, this minimum value, whatever super length is 4.3. So that 4.3 is this one. So this one is that 4.3, and whatever the maximum value, this is 2 point something. Okay. So this is 2 point something. So that value provided by Python like this. Okay. So graphically we are looking. That's what Python. So till here, if you have any queries, I'll let you know. Let me know. Python is almost we understand. Not only this one, plenty of things are there, but still you want to know it to the real data which we can able to work. Fine. Or you can type in shorthand, no problem. I'll go ahead with the SQL part. Let's go ahead with the MySQL. And this is one dialect of SQL. And this is gives us statistically or mathematical data. And you can go ahead with a plenty of things like various kind of values. The same way, same approach, you can select it. You can put it a condition. Just give it a password. Okay. Fine. So here we have data sets is there. I'll just go ahead with some data set, whichever you are interested or something. For example, he is IMDb data sets, which is related to movies. Okay. And what sort of movies you needed. Okay. Just click on this one. Now it will go ahead with this one. And can you give me select star from movie? I just asked only movie. Okay. Now just execute it. You will get all the movies related. So this is the title of the movie. This is the year of the movie, and this is totally a duration and country. Okay. So this is fine. And you want to you want to go ahead with select star from movies, but you want to give it some condition, or select a star from movies where condition, and year equal to just 2017 only. You want to get it 2017. Now not only you are getting total values, but you are getting only particular interested values. Okay. So that's what where condition. And in the where condition, I just give it a condition. Now it will provide only 2017, and it excluded all the values which are not related to 2017. Okay. These are the movies which is related to 2017. Okay. So that is what where condition. So like that, we do have multiple things are there. So we can go ahead with simple conditions like limit. Limit is also there. You are getting that value, but you can limit it to some certain values, or you can fetch some values which is needed, or you can also go ahead with and or not, and you can go ahead with the different operators. Okay. For example, this is okay. Like this one, select star from movies. and here limit 2 if I ask. So what happened here? You are getting only 2 because a person is getting that value, but he want to get it only particular value. Okay. Or not only this select star, you can take a particular values. Maybe title he needed, maybe year he needed. Okay. And maybe he needed duration or country he needed. So these are the 3 columns he interested. Now you're getting only 3 columns. You are not getting into multiple columns. Okay. You're not getting into all the columns, all the rows, all the columns. So here you are limiting rows. You can also give it comment. So here we are limiting rows to, and limiting columns, 3 columns. Okay. So while commenting, you can give it this approach. Okay. Now you can execute. You are getting same value. So that is what so like that we will go ahead one by one. Like we will go ahead with certain kind of constraints, and we will go ahead with some kind of aggregated functions like summation, average, and we will make sure to understand certain kind of things like joins, okay, and how to do it, some joins also. For example, let's take it into another approach. Let's say select and min of year year from movie. Let's close it. So I'm just going into minimum of year of overall movies. Okay, 2016 is the minimum. Now I'll just ask maximum of the value. This is what we are looking, the data value which is related to that overall table. In the overall table, I'm looking last value, maximum value out of the overall year, and I'm also looking lowest value of overall year. Okay, and like that, you will just move ahead with understanding various kind of queries. So I will explain the queries, what sort of queries we needed, and what sort of things we can able to work on in companies with the data which we are getting, so that you can make sure to understand in the SQL part. Okay. So you can also give it a count star. I'll just move ahead with understanding this value. Select is there, count is there, but you can give it a count star from movie. Let's take it any another value also. Let's say rating, you can go ahead. Okay. So rating, I'm just go ahead and I'm just selected, and count star I am asking. Count star. Okay. Just give it a count. Correct, right? Sorry, things. Okay. Now you can see we have this many rows total. Okay. So these many rows are presented. It's a mistake to the table name. Table name you have to write it properly. So the otherwise you will get an error. Okay. So like that we will make sure to understand. And after this one, we'll go ahead with some kind of Excel formulas also. We can make sure to understand Excel, and some kind of VBA tools also. Okay. I'll just make sure to provide some kind of things you can understand. For example, this is simple help related to Excel, and I'll provide certain kind of functions related to Excel. Okay. I'll go ahead with the function index. Now you can see if you have date, so you can go ahead with date difference, so that you are getting age calculations. Okay? Certain persons forwarded age, you can look at certain ages. Okay, and you can go ahead with the plenty of functions related to each person's related to value, or you can change it to uppercase. Okay, convert the text to uppercase. Let's take it into some Excel value, and here you can type it hello. Okay. So here what we are doing upper, just to give it something like select it and run it. What you are getting? You are getting uppercase. Okay. This is what a simple way we can understand how Excel will works related to various kind of skill set. Okay. So that's what one thing, and even we will go forward with some kind of VBA. So what is VBA? It will provide some sort of macros. So whatever you want to work on different related to VBA kind of things, you can do it in a macros way. Okay. I'll explain. Don't worry about these simple functions. We'll go ahead with the multiple functions like time related and split also you can go ahead. Percentages also you can get it if you have table. Okay. So these are the various, but as a time being, we are looking at the important factors related to each Excel value. Okay. What is we want to do it? Let's go ahead with the VBA and we'll make sure to understand some sort of skills. First thing we will try to understand the basic approach. Let's say you want to change this color of font. Okay. So now it is located in what? Where? A1. So the location of value, the called row will be located in A1, but you want to change it this color. Okay. So some color index is there. So how to do it? Go to developer tab and create on Visual Basic, and here just select right click and create on insert module. Okay. And in this module, what I want to write it, for example, sub is the first step, and then you can give it some sort of function name, any function name. Let's say, sorry, you can give it any function name, so that that function name will explain. Let's say font color example or font color change. So font color and some example. Okay. So here I'm giving this approach, and here end sub is automatically we got it, and here a range of just give it whatever the value which you having, and here close it dot font, you can type it. So now you can see we are getting automatically, so auto fill up and font, and here give it something like color. So color index is there, this one color index, and you can give it some certain number. So each has its own color index number. I'll provide those color numbers. Don't worry about that one. For example, 10 if you want to give it. Okay. So it will go to this A1 value, and it will change that A1 value to certain color. Okay. So certain color it will change. So this is called VBA. I mean programming kind of stuff. So now you can see we are getting what we call as green color. Okay. So that is what color indexing. And other than this one, you can give some numbers. So whatever numbers are they available, we have certain numbers also there for index colors. So you can give it that color so that the color will be font will be changed. Okay. And this is very simple, like we are just changing color, but other than this one, we can do plenty of things like maybe you can copy paste same value to another location, compare with early, or you can create some macros related to various kind of operations. Okay. So those things you can able to work on, and you can able to work on with related to VBA kind of macros. Hope you are getting. Okay. and you can give it something like 45. Is the 45 is there, we will get some other color. Now you can see we are getting some kind of nearby orange or red color. Okay, so each has its own, or you can give it even string also. Strings also you are getting, and you can make sure to understand. Instead of font color index, you can give it. Let's make it this way. Dot color, just a color. Okay. So color you can write it something like some VB, and just give it some color like any any color in the sense like blue or something. VB dot blue or VB blue is there. You can see blue color. Here what happened, early we are giving a number, but here person is writing a statement related to various colors. Okay, so that approach is there, this approach is also there. So this is related to Excel. I hope all of you understand. And now we'll move ahead with another tool. Okay, Tableau. So this is Tableau. Tableau is better for data visualizations, okay, graphical representation of the data, not coding, not related to any sort of coding or something. We will go ahead with the just drag and drop related for data related to graphical representation. Okay, I'll just go ahead with the simple available data, and I'll explain. For example, let's take it into this approach. This is already done. I'll just explain what we have done. So this is kind of a dashboard. We are explaining employee attribution dashboard. So these are the total employees count, and these are the attribution count, attrition count, and this is the rate, and this is the average age of employees which are attrition rate. Okay, so you can also filter only current employees rather than overall employees. Now total employees are in their organization 1470, but current employees are related to these people which are 1233. Okay, but out of 1233, 65% has been left. Okay, the count, and 5% somewhat better. And you can also look at into experienced employees. Okay, ex employees. So you can look at into that approach. So now we can not only looking the data, you are also looking in the graphical presentation. So this is what a simple a kind of a dashboard which is giving. So you can look at into even fit width and standard. You can give it plenty of things. So that the entire view also you can look at. Okay. So this is what the Tableau. In the similar approach, we'll go ahead with the Power BI approach. What Power BI is giving in a similar way, like graphical representation, but we will look at into the approach related to another way of Power BI. So that in the graphical representation, same charts. Okay, you can go ahead with the same charts. You can go ahead with the similar kind of charts, either graphical representation of either like scatter plots, or maybe bar chart, or it might be something okay related to histogram, or like heat map. So I'll just go ahead with some data which is available report. I'll make sure to explain. Don't worry about this one, and all these things I'll explain. But for during demo, I'll just go ahead with explain to the values which are related to how graphically we work. Or let's take it into some way. now we can see it's a kind of graphical way of looking the data, but what we are getting in a description way. Okay, so we can go ahead with some charts, some related to sales summary. In the right side, we can see the data. These are various kind of tables. This is one table which contains columns, city, which is related to geographical data, and this is related to date. So this date related to various dates, okay, like fiscal quarter or full date or so many dates. And this is geographical, whether city, region, and this is sales related, and this will products related. Okay, what kind of category that product, what color is there, and what is the list price. Okay, and this is sales order related. Now these are various tables we are getting, but if you look at here dashboard, we are getting into sales amount as a metric, as a like order quantity, we are getting into metrics. But in this approach, you can see some kind of value which is giving a lot, highest value. So you just go ahead with this value, and you can make sure to understand how the values will be highest. So now we can see this value has highest, okay, in California. And if you go ahead down, you are getting into lowest value, that the last. Okay, or maybe you can order it. You can just give it some order here. You can sort it. Okay, so here can look at into, if you select this one, the automatically this dashboard is also changing related to that region. For example, in this Washington, this is the sales amount we are getting. Okay, so this is what in the similar approach of Power BI. So Power BI will also same way it explain the values related to, I mean, we are making that values into graphical presentation of the data, so that a person can easily understand compare with early available data. So now like this, we will move ahead and we will make sure to understand just not a simple like Excel formulas, Excel VBA macros, but we will move ahead with some kind of statistical data like center tendency and some kind of sampling, how to make it sampling, okay, and how to do it some kind of relationships, okay, and how to get at a random variables. Already we have been looked at into Python, the random variables, but you can able to look at into in a better way to get the data into getting into understand. And so like that we will move ahead. And another approach is like Alteryx is one kind of commercial tool is also there, so that will be explained kind of full length data analytics, but there is a portal like providing services to compare with this open source tools, open source I mean learning tools. So you can learn plenty of things, whatever we learned here as a data oriented like a queries, a graphical oriented as a visualizations, or mathematical oriented, and to the approach to the Tableau visualization, Power BI, SQL queries, and Excel, creating various kind of visual basic macros. Then we will move ahead with kind of tool which is end to end and work on in any real life data. Okay. So I'm just speaking, but nobody is just message or talking. Okay. Okay. So if you have any queries or if you want to know anything, I'll let me know. So this is the total way of, I mean, what we want to learn. So since the demo, we are explaining the things in a short.
I have a question.
Sorry.
Yeah, I have a question.
Avinash, you can ask.
Yeah, so when you're using Spider, when you're writing the code, I can see that you're getting a prompt when you're trying to import any kind of index or doing anything. You're getting a prompt in a small little bar, so you
Mhm.
can scroll down and you can select from the prompt. So I just want to know. I installed Spider and I'm not getting any kind of prompt when I'm using, like, like when you're using something like dot length or dot index,
Mhm.
you will get a prompt in a small box.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dot, yeah, dot notation and just make it into dot notation and a tab.
Okay.
Tab you press.
You should press tab, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
And different approaches are there. In a
Okay.
Spider, we want to get into tab approach they are giving. But if you go ahead with Jupyter Notebook, okay.
Okay.
So in Jupyter Notebook, even auto completion, like automatically getting do with some extensions.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So that's what. But main tab is in Spider, because Spider is only related to only related to that object.
Okay.
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 So
Thank
that's
you.
how you will get it. And if you want to get into this, I will explain even what is Jupyter Notebook, Anaconda distribution Jupyter Notebooks, and you can able to getting automatically
Okay. Okay.
without pressing also. Fine.
Okay. Thank you.
So other than Spider, I mean, sorry, Python, any other question?
Uh,
Understood?
for now, nothing for now.
Hmm. Okay, you,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe right now, okay. So what I want to tell you, like because of 8 tools, because of demo in the short period of time, and just go forward. That's one thing. And but you make sure to understand. If you listen or if you go back to demo, so you will get to understand what sort of things we are. But in the Power BI Tableau, it takes time to make it chart, make it filter, make it available. Which chart is better for which data? So it goes to a lot of time. So that is the reason I taken already available project. So that is end-to-end project, which I explained in Tableau and Power BI. But that end-to-end project, it will take some hours, some days or hours. But I'll go ahead and explain in a better way to understand. First, that's important. Fine,
Okay.
done. So let's wind off. And if you have any related question, just follow up our associate, and he will get back to me, and we'll go ahead and forward.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And thanks for attending all of you. Thank you.